Alright, hey everybody, it's time for part 2, carving the 1920s townsfolk person bust. So when we last left off, we were just shaping the face. We're still doing that, working on his beard a little bit. After we get this face a little thinner, we will start doing a little bit more work on the hats. Okay, so here we go. Making sweeping cuts again, just up into the hat, removing that wood. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Trying to keep it. Again, this is not the most comfortable position to carve, but I'm trying to make it where you can see what's going on. If you're going to pick up carving, which I encourage everybody in the world to do, being comfortable while you do it is crucial. All of my wood right now, I'm getting it from a place in Maiden, North Carolina, called Wall Lumber. If you're a carver, carpenter, and you don't mind going out to Maiden, good quality stuff for very, very reasonably priced. So, alright, I'm pretty happy with how the face is looking for now, so we're going to go ahead and work on that hat a little bit more. We haven't decided what we're going to do with the hat, so I'm going to drop my pencil. Got going on so far. Hopefully you can kind of see. I'm going to kind of sketch a little bit like what my plan is with this hat. Again, I know y'all probably can't see it. I'll try to get it closer and in focus for you. It's kind of, sketching out a little bit what we're doing here. So we're going to start with the brim here. Well, I guess it still would be a brim for the hat here. So bring it around, get a little circular. Then we're going to start working the brim down. Now when you're doing these types of cuts, you're cutting into the grain. It's very thin here. Well, it's not very thin on this particular piece, but it's very fragile right here on almost all your pieces. So you have to be careful or you'll end up slicing off more than you want to. Super glue will take care of that. Also, you have to be careful because as your knife's slicing all the way through and breaking this, you're more apt to cut yourself, which of course is never the goal of any carving. I prefer all of my red colored carvings to be actually paint and not blood. So that's the goal that I set out for. So just be aware of that. I also encourage you, if you want to pick up carving, you should probably, there's plenty of people out there that offer classes. They're invaluable just for the simple reason of proper learning how to handle tools. These knives are very sharp, so it's important that you practice safety as much as possible. So we're going to go on the back here. We're going to continue the rounding it around. I don't know what this style of hat is called. I'm horrible. These are things that I should look up before I do the video, but that's actually not what happened. So, alright, I'm pretty happy with the roundness there. I gotta keep it in frame, and I hope my head's not in the way. Okay. Again, we're using a LV knife. Bought this weekend at the Charlotte Wood Carving Show. Floyd Radigan style handle on their thicker rough out blade steel thickness. Harley Westfall pattern. From one of his books. Buy all of the books. Alright, now we got that hat a little bit more moved out of the way, we can start working on this neck a little bit more. Working it in. And I'm carving fairly quickly here just for the purpose of the video. I don't want this to be a 37-part video. There's no reason that you would need to go this fast or imprecise. I actually encourage you not to. Again, I'm just trying to spare you guys the agony of tons of videos. I'm trying to keep them all limited to the most part. 3 videos at 10 minutes apiece. Anything longer than that, I prefer just to have it be a live video, which involves me using my phone, which picture quality isn't the greatest, but we can make it work. I'm going to do some more of those. I'd say over spring break, but I have plans, so it's probably going to be summer break before we pump out any live videos. Alright, so now we're going to start bringing in this rim here to the rest of the hat. Bring this around some more. Now, something like this, you can easily use a gouge, do what I'm doing, but I don't want to use a gouge, so I'm not going to. Just rounding it all up here. Again, if you're going to do this, please use carving glove and the proper safety equipment. Put it back here, bring it up. This is going to be a very rustic carving anyway, again because I am trying to expedite it, so I won't be putting as many details in it. It's also a bust, so you don't really, other than facial details, you don't really get too many details anyway. So, alright, so that looks pretty okay. We'll kind of just bring it a little bit closer to his face here. 2 cuts right there. Beat it on the other side. Alright, so now we're going to bring his face in some more. Around the nose there, besides the nose, each side. Switching from side to side to better keep things in proportion. Yep. Now, I do noses differently. Again, it's all about your style. I do a more traditional flat plane nose, but hopefully you can see what's going on here. I'm going to cut down the left and the right side of the nose. Just like those, like so. And peel out that piece right there to the side. Again, whenever I do the video about all these different cuts and techniques, if I do one, really, there's like other people out there who have done them that are probably better at this than me anyway. It would help you kind of understand what I'm doing. But basically in 4 cuts, stop cut on each side, and then a sweeping cut, removing that stop cut. We've put the outer portions of our nose. We could shape it now, I guess, to some extent, not all the way. You're going to do that by doing more sweeping cuts, starting fatter at the bottom and you're bringing them in at the top. That probably wasn't in the camera view. And you just kind of play around with it as much as you want until you get to where you like it. Important thing to remember, this is nothing but a dead piece of wood, so if you mess it up, throw it in the fireplace. Practice, practice, practice. That's how we get to where we're at, folks. No one says you have to be the best wood carver in the world 10 minutes in. And don't get discouraged. Alright, so right there, I'm pretty actually happy with that nose, and we have already went through 9 minutes. So maybe it's going to be a 4-part video series. Anyway, we will be back shortly for part 3.